Hello, this is Roland. Today I want to read a little bit to you from one of my favorite sources of scripture, the Khabouris manuscript. A painstaking translation into English from the Aramaic language. Let's begin with Matthew chapter 4. Christ said, "It is written that not by bread alone does a man have perfect life, but by every word that issues forth from the mouth of God." This is beautiful. Perfect life. Christ had a perfect life. A life lived in accordance with God's will. He was obedient to God's will, to the Father. And from the Father he received approval, blessing, insight, guidance, everything. That's the perfect life. Now, to us, here in the 21st century, we bristle a little bit at the word obedience, don't we? Not only are we prideful, which pride was the unholy spirit. The spirit of uprightness is what it's called here in the Khabouris manuscript, that entered the human race and has been acting through the human race ever since. Perhaps you wonder why people do bad things, seem to be operating against their own best interest. Over and over again, they make the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, make the wrong choice with the wrong timing. It's almost as if they were trying to self-destruct, but they're not. Christ said, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing." They're being acted through by error. Now, the perfect life and then, so not only are we prideful, or we have pride in us, but we also live in a time when obedience is not highly, it seems like a negative thing, doesn't it, in this politically correct environment in which we live. But if you look at it carefully, let's look at it from the other point of view. So what do people want to do? Well, they want to do whatever they want. They want to eat whatever they want, drink whatever they want, smoke whatever they want, ingest whatever they want, say whatever they want, do whatever they want, take advantage of others as much as they want. See, reach for selfish pleasure, have entertainment, see, buy anything they want. You see, that's what people want to do. But if you look at it carefully, they want to be able to get angry whenever they want, and to be full of rage and resentment and blame whenever they want. If you look at it carefully, you'll see that they're actually being obedient. They're being obedient to whoever is tempting them to buy, tempting them to take drugs, tempting them to say the wrong thing, to do the wrong thing, tempting them to be selfish, tempting them to reach for entertainment, tempting them to overindulge, tempting them to go to excess, tempting them to be angry. Whatever it is, on the outside or within their own mind, that tempts them or licenses them. See, if there's a voice of license in your mind that says, "Oh, go ahead, nobody will know, everybody's doing it anyway, you deserve it, they've got it coming, grab for the gusto, chance may never come again," a permissive voice. If you follow that permissive voice, even, you kind of know in your heart that it's what you're being encouraged to do is not right, or not wise, or not disciplined, or not unselfish. more commonsensical. You kind of know it. But when you follow that voice, you're obeying it. It's that simple. See, life is very decisive. As Christ said, no man can ride two horses at the same time. No person can ride two horses at the same time or shoot two bows at the same time. You do one or the other. That's what he said, right? So you either obey one thing or you obey the other. So you obey what you know in your heart, or you obey the voice of the permissive voice that encourages you to be angry and to indulge yourself. See? But then after you indulge yourself, and after you're angry and spent and drained, see, and guilty and angry and tense, then here comes temptation on the outside. Oh, take this drug, or reach for this entertainment, watch this sports entertainment on television, or buy these concert tickets. See what I mean? So you're being obedient to that source. And a life lived that way. See, what you do is you forfeit a chance at the perfect life. See, the perfect life comes from God. It comes from within. The perfect life comes from God. Everything he does is perfect. And to the extent that you obey what you know in your heart, see, to that extent, you're aligned with that perfection. That doesn't mean that you're perfect, but it means then that you will err less, and you will be on a path that leads to perfection. You'll be perfecting. See? On the other hand, there's a path of error. When you follow that error, you become more and more imperfect, more and more filled with error. See? So you it's either one or the other. The perfect life is from God. Now what's the other life? The alternative to the perfect life, which is actually simple. It's very simple. You knew it when you were a little child, when you were 3 years old, or 2 years old. You saw things and you knew things. You were very close to it. And it's simple. You simply do what you know in your heart is right. Take one step at a time. Do what's right. And you don't do what's wrong. What could be simpler than that? Or what you see is not correct or not commonsensical. But what has happened is now what is right? What is commonsensical? It seems boring. It seems old-fashioned. And the voice in your mind encourages you to rebel against that, doesn't it? But when you rebel against that, then you're obeying that which is encouraging you to rebel against it. So where is the imperfect life? Well, that's the life from the outside, the life of reacting, responding, getting upset, emotions, reaching for goals. See, that's the life from the outside. And it leads you away from the perfect life. Okay? Now, let me read it again. It's from the Kabbalah manuscript, Matthew chapter 4. Verse 4. Christ said, "It is written that not by bread alone does a man have perfect life, but by every word that issues forth from the mouth of God." Okay. That's very beautiful. So you know what? I think I'm going to stop. I've made a 10-minute video. This was a very simple point today that was made here. Christ responded and said, "It is written that not by bread alone does a man have perfect life, but by every word that issues forth from the mouth of God."